All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to my podcast, That Lost Human Connection. First of all, thank you all for the love and encouragement, for the subscription on my YouTube and Spotify. Truly grateful. Let's dive into today's episode. Today's episode is not about having answers, it's about asking better questions, and I have got the right guest for that. I'm super excited for the next conversation with our next guest. Our next guest, Max Bandy, is a content creator who has spent his time exploring consciousness, spirituality, and the path back to divine, drawing from meditation, Eastern philosophy, and his inner journey, and sharing it openly with a community that has grown right alongside him. But he's still asking the big questions that we often forget to ask ourselves: what it means to live with awareness, purpose, and connection to God. And I think that's exactly why the conversation is going to be a good one. So, Max, welcome to the podcast. Super excited to learn from you, learn about your journey. So, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a blessing to be here. I'm really excited. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that
it
description
is
kind of
going to be
sums it
fun
up.
one. Yeah, yeah. I'm so proud of what you're doing, and you have inspired me in some way, right? But tell us, how did you get into spirituality and deep thinking at such a young age? Like we, as human, we all have spiritualism inside us, but most people around us come to this kind of inner work later in stage of life. Like if something kind of they go through some hardship or some struggle, that's when you start exploring things around you and try to find your true identity. I mean, that's what happened with me. That's why I kind of got inclined to spiritualism. So what was your trigger? Any specific life transforming moment or a realization that pulled you into this path that early?
Right. Yeah. So throughout high school, I was a very normal kid. I was partying, I was going out, I was drinking, and I didn't see any problem with that. I thought I was doing all the right things, and I was very outward drawn to money and these things, right? And that's I was not happy, but I thought that eventually I would be able to become happy. And
Right.
in 2024, my mom attended this training, this camp called not camp, retreat, intensive training called The Journey. And it changed her
Okay.
life. She came to it at a time that she really needed it during a divorce, and it changed her life. And I saw how that training changed her life. And I was always curious, how? What happened there? How did that happen? How did she become such a being of light after that?
Right.
And then a year later, so in 2025, she asked me, "Do you want to go to the journey?" And I said, "Sure." I had no idea what it was. I didn't think I needed it. I thought I was perfectly fine, perfectly happy, but I went anyway. And when I was there, this was about a year ago, almost a year ago to the date.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was there, I healed a lot of stuff in my life that I had been holding on to. I let go of a lot of things, and I became a much happier, much more peaceful person and learned a lot of good tools. And when I was there, they have an altar, and on that altar is the self-realization ship gurus, Jesus, Krishna, Shiva, a lot of figures. And I was very
Right.
curious. I was very curious, what is all this stuff? What is all this? So I got back and I said, I got back from the training and I was in this state of just bliss. And I said, well, how do
Yeah.
I get more of this? How do I learn more? So I bought the Bhagavad Gita, I read the Gita, and then I realized, wow, there's really something here. So I read the Gita, and then I just kept on learning, kept on reading, kept on studying the masters. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was really that journey, that experience, that the journey training, that I felt the divine really nearly pulled me in and said, this is what you're doing now. And it wasn't like I really even had it. It wasn't like I had to choose to follow these teachings. It was like they really
Yeah.
just came to me. So it
Wow.
all
Yeah.
started with that training with my mom setting that example.
Wow. So you can give some of the credit to your mom. And I was so inspired while you're talking about it. I was getting goosebumps. People say, divine or spirituality choose you. They say the chosen one. So you were the chosen one, and your mom was a medium who got you connected with the journey. I'm like running out of words. I'm so emotional. I'm so proud to hear that. And please continue to do that. I'm sure you're inspiring so many. I see your Instagram is
Thank
growing
you.
like like crazy. So that means people do have that void in their heart, right? They just don't know how to connect that. And there is no such age that at this age you should follow spirituality. It can come to you anytime, but you have to, like you said, you have to practice it, right? You have to practice the spiritualism to keep yourself going, being a better human being. So, I want to talk about something now that gets thrown around a lot, right? And people interpret it very differently. Manifestation, right? I mean, that's just a word, but until you realize the power of it, you don't know what it can do to you. I myself did not believe in manifestation few years back, but like few years back, I was scrolling through something, and a pop-up came from a podcast, right, from Mel Robbins podcast. He was talking to Dr. Jim Doddy. I think he passed away, but he was a neurosurgeon at Stanford, and he explained manifestation with so much clarity. He explained how we can literally program our brain to think positively, and how negative self-talk can hold you back, right? So, and I see things shifting slowly, like in a positive way. So, do you want to tell us your experience through manifestation, or how manifestation has played a role in your life?
Yeah, totally. So, whether manifestation is real, do I believe in it? Of
Yeah,
course. Of course, I
yeah,
really do. And I think there's two aspects of it. So, one, when a thought comes up in our head, so I'm going to talk about the subconscious manifest. This is what I call it, the
please, yeah,
subconscious manifest. When
right,
a thought comes up in our head, let's say it's a thought that says, I'm not worthy of love. That thought comes up and it's an automatic response based on the experiences in our life. That thought comes up.
right,
And most people who think they are the thoughts in their head believe that thought because we think we have no other option. So they believe the
mm-hmm.
thought, I'm unworthy of love. That belief is the energy in which it can manifest. So when you believe
I
that
see.
thought, I believe, when you believe that thought, it manifests in your life and it'll appear that you're unworthy of love. Pattern
Mm-hmm.
recognition and the power of the energy will allow it to manifest in your life. So, with the subconscious mind, I think it's important that we're very careful which thoughts we're choosing to believe, choosing to pour energy
Right,
into, because there is a way out. If you don't want to believe a thought, you don't have to. But people think they
right,
have to believe every thought that comes up, and it gets us in this state where it says, well, I think this, but I think that, so I'm going to have to believe one of them. So I
mm-hmm.
think, manifestation with the subconscious is just as powerful as manifesting something in your life because all the thoughts that you
Right,
believe every day are manifesting in your
mm-hmm.
life. Every
Right,
thought that you
yeah,
believe and you charge with that energy is going to take place and integrate into your subconscious, which manifests in the life. So that's my thoughts on the subconscious manifest. As far as
yeah,
manifesting things that we really want,
yeah,
like let's say I want a new car. I want a new car
right,
and I'm going to manifest that. I do
mm-hmm.
believe that that is possible. I do believe
Yeah,
that's possible.
okay,
And I think I've seen it happen throughout my life. My mom manifested, I grew up in England, and my mom had been manifesting to move to America, to San Diego, for 10, 15 years. And it finally happened. And
yeah,
I've manifested this whole journey of, I mean, when on the spiritual path, even picturing my life connected to God, picturing my life in a state of bliss, and bringing it into reality. So, manifestation is definitely real, it's definitely very powerful. But what I'm
yeah,
more interested in is how the subconscious mind, those thoughts that we believe, how that manifests in our life.
right, okay, yeah. No, that totally makes sense. Right, like you said, it starts with your like your subconscious mind. How do you manifest things, and then it can turn into your conscious mind. But you have to put the effort, right? It starts with your subconscious mind, and then you have to keep practicing. Like let's say give an example. Like I want to get a car, but I will get a car. I will get a car. You keep thinking to yourself. Then you have to work towards. You have to work hard. You have to get a job, and like all those things. You have to keep doing it. Like your subconscious brain, right? Like let's say you think that okay, I'm worthy of love. I deserve respect. All those things. So no one externally can make you feel not worthy of love or disrespect you, because in your subconscious mind you know that what you are, right? So those are the things you kind of program your brain with. hey, I can do this, I can do that with my own ability. And I know, like, internally you have to feel whole. Nothing external can bother you. Okay, no, that's powerful. And
Yeah,
like, I literally have seen it.
yeah, I think that's the goal. I mean, I think a lot of people try and run away from the mind, but which is great, but people desire the state of no mind. And I've made a video about this. It's like, yeah, you can achieve those no mind states, but you don't have to force it. The samadhis, the
Right.
great
Yeah.
experiences, they will come. But we also don't need to run away from the mind because I really believe it can be a great place and manifest great things in your life. You wake up, you look in the mirror, you smile, you say it's going to be a
Yep.
great day. That's a
Right.
great use of the mind. You don't need to get
Absolutely.
away
Yeah.
from that. You just need to do more of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Right. That's so true. And if you practice that every day, I mean, life becomes so peaceful, and you find everything around you in a more calmer state. Some days you get up in the morning with some scary thoughts or fear. There some days you kind of keep reminding yourself that no, I have good things in my life as compared to the things that's not working. So I'm manifesting good thoughts in my head and practice gratification, right? Those things help to make you a
Yeah.
better person as well as more positive. I do follow you, and then I love all your posts, especially one of the posts that I was scrolling through. I loved it. What I love about is the ego. I'll talk more into it. But I'm almost like your mom's age, or maybe older. And with my age, I have experienced that when you talk to people, this is the concept that kind of gets confusing among people. That is ego versus self-esteem. And I have worked on self-esteem to some extent. And let's talk about like content creation, right? You and me both are content creator. And when I post something, when people like it or appreciate it, it's such a great feeling, and I'm grateful. But if I create content out of ego, I would chase numbers, views, followers, and compare myself with other creators, and I would feel crushed. But if I have self esteem, then the message matters to me. Like what I'm trying to do, I'm doing it out of my heart, I'm doing out of joy. So this is very internal to me. Like, and you can still fail. I can fail as a content creator, but I'll feel whole because I had to send a message and I was able to do it. And ego is very external, like people compare, and like it's just conditional. So how do you personally keep your ego in check, or what are the practices you do?
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see ego, I think the ego is when people think that's who we are. So if a great athlete, for example, has a very
Mhm.
big ego, someone could see an athlete and say, oh,
Right.
that guy has a massive ego. And what does that mean? It means the athlete thinks that all he is a great athlete. And that's all he talks about. It's his whole personality is being this good athlete, and that's who he is. Nothing more. And I think that a lot of people who in the content world might have a very big ego think
Right.
that all they are is this content creator. However, I think that through spiritual practices, when you see that we're a lot more than just this body, just even this mind,
Mm-hmm.
we are able to use the ego as a tool and not have it be the master. So
Right.
I think the ego is inevitable. It's any assumption in our head of who we are, what we're doing with our life, who we identify as. That is the
Right.
ego in my eyes. Self-esteem
Yeah.
is the belief in ourself to excel, to love, to be
Right.
happy. That's how I see self-esteem. So I
Yeah.
think without self-esteem, we can still have an ego.
Yep.
And it's very
Right.
important that we realize we're not the ego. People think they are the ego, and of course, this is one of the biggest parts of my journey. I'm not there yet. I'm not walking on water, but there's people who have got there, and they show us the way. They show us that the ego is a tool. So,
Yeah.
as far as with content goes, of course, my mind sees numbers and I think good, and then I see low numbers and I think bad. And I often remind
Yeah.
myself, and it's important that I remind myself, it's not, it doesn't matter about the numbers because it is easy to get caught up in the numbers. I mean, it's
Absolutely. Yeah.
definitely, it's just, it's a instinctive reaction to success, right? Or
Right.
success,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but I want to remind myself. So I remind myself, I am just grateful to be here. I'm just grateful to be able to share out of the goodness of my heart, out of the passion I have for this work. So I think it's very important we just remind ourselves I'm more than just a content creator, and I'm just
Right.
doing
Yeah.
this out of as a tool for myself and for others.
Absolutely. And if you get caught up in the numbers, I mean, like you said, it's a good feeling, right? When your numbers grow up, but that can't be your end goal, right? And you are doing it already through your Insta handle. You have inspired so many, and that's why people love your post. But again, we can't get caught up in the moment saying that, hey, that's our goal, right? If your message is getting communicated to the right people, people are getting inspired. Yeah, that's the main purpose of it, right? You are sharing your journey openly, and it's not easy. Sometimes people think that, hey, why are you creating so many content? Again, we are not here to explain to anyone, right? It's easy or difficult. We are here for a purpose. I strongly believe you found your purpose through spirituality, and I feel the same about me. Like, whatever, it can be anything, but if you find your purpose, we just gotta go with the flow, keeping our self-esteem, like that self-belief, not the ego. It's very important. When did your journey start? Like you said, 2024 you started, right? And then this is what has been 2 years.
So actually, it was only last year. So
Okay.
my mom attended the training in 2024, and then I was in 2025. And it was August 17th, so almost a year ago
Wow.
today. And
So almost a year. Wow.
since
Okay.
then,
Be-
almost a year, and since then, I have been really more devoted to this than anything in my life. I mean, there's never been anything in my life that I've felt really like this is the only option for me. So,
yeah.
yeah, about a year now, coming up on a year.
Yeah, you should celebrate. Right?
Yeah,
August 17th.
do
Yeah.
yeah, we can do a dance or a live stream on Instagram or something like that.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, that would be super fun. Like, and like I said, you don't have to be younger and old to understand the depth of life. Um, so, is there any particular mantra or quote that you truly believe in and you go by it?
Yes. So, Hanuman.
Okay,
Hanuman,
wow,
dear, the dear servant in the Ramayana. He says to Rama, Rama asks him, he says, "What are you, Hanuman? Are you a monkey or are you a man? What are you?" And Hanuman is the servant of Rama. And he says, "When I don't know who I am, I serve you. When I know who I am you." And it just brings me to my knees. It's just so beautiful. It talks about serving God until we merge with God. And that's what I want my life to be is an offering. And I often forget. I forget what I'm doing, what I'm on this path for. I forget that I'm doing these things, that I want to be with God. And that quote reminds me that by serving myself, by giving myself to God, that's how I will merge with the oneness of the divine. So when I don't know who I am, I serve you. When I know who I am you. That
wow.
is my all time. The first time I read it, I just started bawling my eyes out. And another quote
I that's what
that I
that's what
love
happening to
is,
me. Like, I'm getting
yeah,
teared up. How powerful it is. Like, and the spiritualism, right? It's about you do your best, and the rest is up to divinity. Like you surrender yourself. That is the whole truth of life. I feel like you do your best, you do your karma, and then the rest you surrender to God. But okay,
yeah, that go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. No,
I was
please
just
go
gonna
ahead.
say
Yeah.
it's a I want my life to be an offering, and in the last I want to say 2 months, I've really felt that more so. Just I don't need anything. I don't need anything. Just take it all. And of course, I'm not at that place where I'm like, living every moment and I'm just constantly thinking, give it all to God. But that's where I want to be. That's where I want to go. And that quote for me is a reminder of that.
Yeah. And in the life, like ultimately, spiritualism, what does it teach us is how to lead a good life, with being
Yeah.
happy and being peaceful. That is the ultimate truth. And we do our karma. We can't run away from our karma. But the rest, we have to surrender it to God, and God will handle it in whichever way. So we have to have this like trust in God. I try to live by it, like you said, and I also recently read Gita. I read Gita when I was little back in India, but again, I started reading it. And those teaches you like the real life lessons. It's about question and answer. How Krishna asked Arjuna, and like what I'm supposed to do if I'm stuck in this situation. Like all question and answers, and they are literally life lessons we can learn. So, Max, I mean, I'm sure you'll have a huge path forward, and you are already inspiring so many people. What are your future plans? Tell us about it.
Thank you so much, Sangya. And so I am a part of the trainings that I attended. So the training that changed my life and my mom's life, I've now been staffing and I've been on the other side of that. And there there's nothing in the world like those trainings, and I have devoted myself to those trainings. So they call, I answer. I'm going to be staffing at those every training every year for the foreseeable future, and I'm helping a lot with that company as a whole. We do a lot of breath work, a lot of stuff that we're trying to expand on. So I want to be able to help through what helped me. So those trainings and
I
the
see. Yeah.
people, the community, I just want to play
Mm-hmm.
a part in that community. And it's the awakening trainings, and it that's where I get my happiness, that's where I get it all. It's from being able to help. And when I staffed at those trainings for the first time in July or June,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
it was really beautiful. And since then, I was like, you know what? Put me in, sign me up to staff at every training, just all of it. So yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do, and I'm hoping and I think that this will kind of expand a little, well, not a little, expand a lot, and that will be
Yeah.
a very good thing to be a part of. And just because I love it, and the people are just amazing, it's just really, it's beautiful. So I want to take part in helping expand the awakening trainings. And then I'm in college, so if
Mm-hmm.
I would like to transfer to a bigger college um, and get a job, that would be great. But I also am very careful because my thoughts now are a lot different to what they used to be about what I want to do for work. I don't have any doubt in my mind. I have any doubt in my mind that no matter what I go into, I will
Yeah.
excel and I'll be successful. And, it really just I'm doing my part and I'm surrendering to whatever comes. So that's kind of where I'm at as
Absolutely.
far as my
Yeah.
future
Yeah.
comes.
That's amazing. Like the community that you receive from, you're trying to give back to the community through your own spiritual journey. And I'm sure you'll figure it out. What will happen in future, your college, and then the job.
Totally.
Everything will come to you naturally because you have surrendered and you are doing the work. What else is needed? Like you're on the right path. So where is it? The journey? Where in India is it? Do you know the place?
So the journey is actually in Big Bear in California. So
Oh,
the
okay. Wow.
trainings, we have a property in Big Bear, a beautiful property, beautiful, beautiful house. And the journey takes place in Big Bear, and it's very small groups. It's 16 people is the very max that will go. And it's 5 days. And yeah, it's like a few times a year, very if people want it, we serve. If they don't, we let it go. And it's a very interesting model, but I mean, the people that run it are named Carrie and Colin Smith. They um they are my biggest inspirations, seriously. So yeah,
Wow.
it's in Big
Okay.
Bear. It's a beautiful place.
I
If
should look it
anyone's
up.
familiar
Yeah,
with Big Bear.
definitely. Looks so, yeah, it sounds really interesting. Now that, we have come to almost an end of our episode. It was super fun. Learned so much. Now, I want to ask some of the fun questions. What is, like, people have a misconception if you're into spirituality, you are not the normal version. I want to tell everyone out there, even it happens with me at times also. If you're into spirituality, it's just your awareness is always at high, but still we are normal people, and I'm sure you're a normal kid. Like, there is nothing. You go out, you hang out with your friends, you dance, you eat normal food, just everything is normal. It's just you are a better person inside, and you are kind of transferring that positiveness outside of you. So let me ask you this: if your inner peace had a theme song, what would it be? What song would it be?
Oh, that's a great question. I think I love the songs "Walking on a Dream" by Empire of the Sun. "Walking on a Dream," that song, and I love "My Sweet
I think I
Lord"
do.
person.
Beautiful, yeah. Or are you a coffee or a chai person? I mean, do you drink
I'm a
coffee or
shy person.
chai?
Yeah,
Chai. Perfect.
I'm
Okay.
not a coffee type of guy. No, I've never drank much caffeine in my life really. Luckily, because I have a lot
Wow.
of friends who rely on it, and I'm like, wow, I don't need it. It's a great thing. But when I was in India, we drank a lot of chai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
I know
really good.
tea is big in India, chai. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a coffee person. I don't know, I can't, like, I am working on it, take a step back from it, but it's hard. I'll still keep working on it, yeah. And your favorite
Yeah.
junk food, when Max is like kind of relaxed, what junk
Favorite
food
junk
Max
food.
likes to eat? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So let's say, okay, so I used to eat a lot of fast food, but since getting on this journey,
Okay.
I've definitely been eating more consciously. So I want to say
Yeah.
Chipotle. For anyone who knows
Okay.
what Chipotle is, it's pretty good. It's one of the more healthy fast foods. It's
Absolutely.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Tex-Mex. It's pretty good, and
Yeah,
it's
it is pretty good. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna have to
I
get
was just
Chipotle.
telling the audience that Chipotle is like a bowl with rice, chicken, all the healthy stuff. It's a bowl. Like, in India, we eat it like we call it khichdi. We put everything together. It is like the Mexican version of the Indian khichdi is Chipotle. Yeah, it's super healthy. I love Chipotle.
Right.
Yeah, and are you a
Yeah.
beach guy or a mountain guy? Let me guess that you must be a beach guy because you live by the beach. Is that right?
Well, you would guess, but I'm a big skier. I'm a big skier. I ski like
Wow.
30 days 30 days in the season. I drive up to Big Bear, which is my local, it's where the journey is
Yeah.
coincidentally, but
Yeah.
it's my local
Mm-hmm.
mountain. It's like 3 hour drive, and then I go to Mammoth Mountain. So yeah, I guess both, but I would say beach. I'd rather live
Both.
at the beach and then
Okay.
go to the mountains in the
Uh-huh.
winter.
I see. Wow. And you can be both, right? Beach and mountain. So beach by summer and mountain in winter since you ski. You
Exactly.
can be both person.
Exactly.
Are you like a early riser or a late nighter? Like
Kind of, I prefer to be early
both?
morning, but lately I've been going to bed
Yeah.
a little bit later because my sadhana has become a little bit longer, implementing
Okay.
new practices. So I haven't been able to get to bed until like 11:30 or 12, and then I wake up at around 8. But I want to
Not
start
bad.
waking
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
earlier. I feel great when I
Yeah.
wake up early.
But like you
Feels
said,
really good.
I know, right? I mean, I am an early riser. I used to be when I was younger, I used to be like a late nighter. Now, if I stay up until 10 and at least 11, my kids make fun of me, Mom, it's midnight for you. Like seriously, I'm like, okay. So, but it is what it is. And you said if you practice your sadhana, it kind of stretches. So you have to practice no
Right.
matter what. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so very much, Max. It was super fun. Good luck to you for all your future endeavors. I'm sure you'll do great and keep inspiring people. So many people are inspired. You have inspired me too. Thank you. Namaste. Um, I'm sure we will have another episode about identity. I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah,
We didn't have
I'd
enough
love to.
time, so we have to kind of schedule future episodes. Yeah. And to my audience, thank you for listening in. If you like this episode, please do subscribe me on Spotify and YouTube. See you guys next week. Take care. Bye. Bye, Max.
Namaste. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste.